Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day so far. So in today's video, I have this massive box on my desk. This is a product provided by the company Etenwolf, or Etenwolf, however it's pronounced. They provided this product for my unbiased review. So thank you so much to Etenwolf, for providing this product. So today, we are going to be unboxing and thoroughly testing the functionality of this air compressor, VORTEX S7 series. There are quite a lot of features in this product, which we will be thoroughly evaluating during this review. It looks like this inflator has a 260 watt dual motor, as well as a 38,400 milliamp battery, which is massive. With this battery capacity, Etenwolf claims you can inflate car tires up to 82 times, 29 to 33 psi, SUV tires up to 40 times, 30 to 35 psi, bicycle tires up to 50 times from 0 to 120 psi, and standby for 24 months, which I'm not sure we're going to be able to test that here. I'm sure it will be tested over time. The product also supports 45 watt fast charging through USB-C and is claimed to be built to inflate heavy duty tires for recreational vehicles, pickup trucks, and off-road vehicles as well. More of their marketing material indicates it has up to 100% duty cycle, premium build quality, that massive battery capacity, as well as up to 10 years lifespan, which is probably based on some kind of statistical research. However, I will say now, if Etenwolf remembers to contact me after 10 years from the time of this video or a follow-up on the product, then I will absolutely make that video. That's a very long time based on the marketing material. This seems to be a very important product to have if you have some kind of RV or a trailer or even a large truck, inflating anything up to 160 psi, as well as air mattresses, vacuum bags, pool floats, inflatables, etc. They also advertise an LED light on the product, which provides 1000 lumens of illumination. So we'll take a look at that. Onboard storage for its different accessories, a digital display, which we will take a look at, as well as the package content seen here, including the tire inflator itself, a 45 watt wall charger, charging cable, air hose, 2 of them, a ball needle for your basketballs or whatever, press to valve adapter, and a press-on valve as well. In comparison to Etenwolf's other products, this inflator is mainly designed for off-road vehicles, pickup, SUV, car, trucks, motorcycles, bicycles, basketballs, and probably other balls, with a maximum pressure of 160 psi, sensor accuracy of plus minus 1 psi, airflow speed of 52 liters per minute, a very large battery capacity, and of course the flashlight. They also provide a 90-day money-back guarantee for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, as well as some frequently asked questions here. So with all that being said, let's start taking a look at the product and then move into the unboxing. On the front of the box, it shows the name of the product, Air Compressor VORTEX S7 series. Tough tools are redefined, and registering it to receive your 1-year extended warranty. Over on the side, we have a high-level overview of some of the features, such as the high pressure pump, high volume, the deflation as well, auto stop, so apparently it automatically stops once the target pressure is reached, power bank, quick charge, 7 preset modes, as well as a 1000 lumen LED light. On the back of the box, it shows what is in the box, which is our compressor, the air chuck, 2 high pressure hoses, 1 high pressure hose, 1 high volume hose, the user manual, a 45 watt power charger, and a USB-C to C cable as well. And on the other side of the product, it shows the 1000 lumen LED light. Nothing else is shown on the top or the bottom of the box. So let's go ahead and start unboxing the product. Alright, there we go. Over here on the top, we have this pull tab to open the cardboard. Opening it up. We have this pouch. And it looks like everything sits inside here. Like so. Feeling the material feels very jeans-like. Over here is a Brenthaven messenger bag that I've used for a very long time. The material on the flap, as well as the pockets, is sort of a jeans-like material, which feels very similar to the case provided by Etenwolf here. It has a very similar feeling. Here's the left side of the case. On the back of the case, it shows tough tools redefined. The other side is also blank, and there's nothing on the bottom. The case has sort of a lunchbox design in which you open the Velcro handle like so, and then open up the zipper. And what do we have here? Here's our USB-C cable, the 45-watt charging adapter. This is our air chuck made of metal. This is very stout and seems to be made of high quality material. It has a very satisfying locking mechanism as well as this metal spring loaded switch. Removing the styrofoam cover, we have the actual product here with this user guide, which we will review later. Over here in the back, we have our user manual, along with the calibration certificate. This certificate shows test results within the tolerances specified for this product, which is a pretty neat thing to have. And as we can see, all these values are in between that plus minus 0.8 psi. Removing some styrofoam from the front as well. Toward the front pocket, we have a card, Explore Beyond, Power Within. On the other side of the card, you could become a member for your 24 months warranty, as well as a QR code to link to that registration form, presumably. And the only remaining thing in this bag is the product itself. So let's go ahead and pull it out. Here's what it looks like from the front. The front is a very hard plastic, along with the sides, the back, and the other side as well. On the bottom of the unit, it looks like we have some ventilation for the dual motor system, some aesthetic design here. On the top of the unit, we have the handle, along with the hose attachment being retained uniformly. The back of the unit has that in-housing storage. Additionally, on the back, we have this rubber grommet type of material. It's a very strong silicone. This silicone does not feel like it's going to be ripped off or pulled apart. It feels fairly strong. Over here we have a USB-A port as well as a USB-C port. USB-A port is output and the C port is input and output, presumably for charging. The handle itself is very grippy and it has a slight rubber coating material. On the right side of the unit is more ventilation, and on our left side we have our LED light as well as 2 ports, and inside this recessed cavity we have storage for our actual hose as well as a cover made of a very strong plastic. This is a strong yet flexible plastic material. It looks like it can be easily articulated and will not break easily. However, time will be a test of that. The hose is also of a very good material and extends and shortens pretty easily. The total length of this hose, fully extended, seems to be around 35 inches. However, I was pulling on it pretty hard, so take that for what it's worth. Inside this recessed cavity, you have your second hose here. The total length of this hose, fully extended, is about 17 inches. And here's a closer look at the nozzle of the hose itself. The hose attachment seems to be very well constructed, and the rubber that they use on this hosing as well seems to be made of a good robust material as well. Actively bending it does not show any sign of distress or cracks. Something I noticed is with a moderate amount of articulation, this heat shrink is coming loose, so not a big deal. Just something to be aware of. Taking a look at the front of the unit, we have Etenwolf's branding here, along with our V symbol. There are 4 buttons on the front, along with a rotary dial. However, we will take a deeper dive into this product's functionality once we begin testing. So, that concludes the unboxing process for this product. Overall, the design is very ergonomic, good quality premium materials, quite robust, and most importantly, the material for the hosing seems to be made very well. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the quick start guide so that we can begin testing this product. All right, so here we are with the tire inflator. I'm in front of a Honda Accord 2010, and the first thing we're going to be doing with this tire inflator is checking its inflation speed. We are going to check its inflation speed on 3 different vehicles, including this Honda Accord, a Cadillac XT5, and a Toyota Highlander. So the tires we will be inflating are each going to be different sizes. The tire size on this Honda Accord is a T2550 R17. So I will first turn on the unit by pressing the start button. Drain the air on this tire. This is about as flat as I can make it without removing the valve core. So now we'll take a look at the quick start guide. Turn on the unit. Attach the nozzle to the valve. We will use the rotary dial to set the pressure to 32 psi. Then we'll get our stopwatch and see how quickly the tire inflates. 3, 2, 1. So the device slowed down a little bit as the pressure was reaching its target. And something that I really liked seeing was that progress LED coming around until it reached the bottom. That was pretty neat. However, that being said, the device reached the target pressure in around 2 minutes and 31 seconds, which is not bad. Here we are in front of a Cadillac XT5. This is a 235/65 R18 tire for this car. I changed the mode to truck. I will test the Highlander on car mode to see if it makes any difference. The tire is completely flat, set to 35 PSI, and we will start the timer in 3, 2, 1. So it looks like it took around 5 minutes in truck mode to reach the target PSI. And finally, here we are in front of the 2021 Toyota Highlander. Tire is fully deflated. I will set the dial to 36 PSI, just like that. And then we will start in 3, 2, 1. So it looks like it took about 5 minutes from completely depleted to full. Now that we're done testing the compressor, we can go ahead and test this light. Right now, I'm in a room. So I'll go ahead and turn off the light. I'll turn on the device. And now let's go ahead and turn on the light. So this is sort of what you can expect in a completely dark room. The light is very bright. It has a very wide throw, so it should be helpful in emergency situations. The light also has some additional settings. If you press the light button only once, it will show on the lowest brightness. Press it again, and brightness will increase with a much wider radius of light. If you were to press the light button again, and you get a strobing effect, press it once more, and you get a sequential light pattern. And pressing it once more will turn off the light. So here we are back at my desk. I don't have any basketballs or inflatable mattresses. However, the final feature we're going to be testing in this video is its charging capacity. Over here, I have an iPad Pro 12.9 inch. Pressing on the power button, it's completely dead. On the device itself, in the back, you have one in-out USB-C port and one out USB-A. So technically you could charge two devices. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and plug this in to the iPad, start a timer, and see how long it takes to charge the device. I have the stopwatch ready. Turn on the device. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Right now, the device is not on full charge. I did not charge it again after inflating those 3 vehicle tires. However, in any case, this should be a pretty good gauge for the device's charging capabilities. All right, stopping the timer. The iPad turned on at around 13 minutes. I'm not sure if the iPad is actually pulling 45 watts from the Etenwolf, probably not. However, the device went from fully dead to 1% charge in around 13 minutes. And there you have it. That is the total unboxing, functionality testing, and review of the Etenwolf S7 VORTEX tire inflator. Overall, I'm fairly impressed with build quality, its thoughtful design touches, as well as its overall presentation and ease of use. The inflation speed is reliable and steady. The light is very bright, and I was able to inflate 3 tires from completely deflated to 32 to 36 psi, as well as charging a completely dead iPad Pro 12.9 inch to 1%, and the battery seems to still have 75% remaining. So I find this to be a very capable device, and if you're interested, a link will be provided in the description. But in any case, that's it for today's video. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to give it a like, and please consider subscribing as it helps the channel a lot. So once again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.